Is liberty dying where you live? Escape to Keene at freekeene.com.
I mean, you just got to be started. You ready to go today?
We're not to
Yeah, I'd like to continue.
If you would like to continue, I'm not letting you state that's not being started. There seems to be some confusion. Our assignment of counsel says that we were appointed on a motion to oppose but not a contempt charge. So then I had spoken to Attorney Kellum, and it indicated to me that I was supposed to be representing on a contempt charge. I'm not really sure, but obviously the motion to oppose would depend on the contempt charge, so we just got to start working on Wednesday. I just was able to meet Graham yesterday.
I don't have any files.
There's two motions to oppose.
I only have one. So I had one motion to oppose we received a long time ago, frankly, but I did contact.
Is the trial on the contempt charge?
Yes, and if there's a hearing on the merits of the motion to impose, which alleges the bad behavior was the contempt charge and the criminal trespass.
So Attorney Kellum and I had spoken about this as the date was coming up. The court kept administratively continuing it. I believe because there was a criminal trespass.
So there was another case that took a while to...
Right, so we were waiting for all that to be resolved until I spoke to Graham.
It should be noted that the criminal trespass case was dismissed.
Well, I'm aware of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we did receive discovery 2 days ago. I spoke to Graham yesterday. He's requesting additional time. I think the state's objecting.
And just for the court's information, we would have provided discovery to Attorney Stacy had we received a discovery request. I provided to her on the day I was asked, and again, Attorney Stacy told me that she didn't even think she was appointed on the contempt charge. But we talked
that's
about
why the letter didn't go out to her offices, because I don't think we received the appointment.
Right, but because it's sort of a package deal, I think Attorney Stacy decided it made sense just to represent him by vote.
So when did you first know that you were appointed to represent him on the contempt charge?
I don't even know if I can. I don't have a quick counsel for the contempt charge. I just figured it's sort of, the determination of that contempt charge is going to impact what happens with the one proposed. So it only made sense that it wasn't, I mean, I was wondering the whole time if maybe the attorney that represented him on the criminal trespass was handling that contempt charge. I didn't know.
No, I think it's pretty clear that that was just on that legal issue.
Well, I didn't know because I hadn't spoken to Graham.
Yeah, well, I know the only appearance was in that case. Whether he's getting, separate advice outside of court, I don't know.
So I think he would like to speak to someone else or other people.
What do you mean?
Well, he's getting advice from other people. I'm not sure if he wants to speak to this other attorney who he wants to speak to, but he's requesting a continuance because he did just meet with me yesterday and wants additional time to sort of consider what his options are.
Well, have you been trying to reach him?
He does not have a working phone number here.
My response to that is this has been pending for quite some time now. He could have consulted.
Well, a lot of it is the result, excuse me, of the delay in the other issue.
But that was resolved in January, and now
and then it's up to the court to reschedule, and it's just...
And it was rescheduled a while ago, I believe. I mean, let me find it. It was rescheduled in January on the 29th. And the state does have to...
So that's about a month ago, quite frankly. It's not that extended period of time. It was court.
Now, were you appointed based on an application for counsel? Or?
I don't know.
It was my
Did you apply for counsel at some point?
Yes.
I recollect in court he said he was applying only for, I think, the motion, and not for the criminal trespass.
I'm just trying to go through this and find something that helps.
It just kept getting administratively moved, and quite frankly, I don't even think I was receiving notices. I was just in contact with the state saying, what's going on with this? I don't even believe I received a notice on this. Oh, yes, I did. But I didn't receive the previous ones. While it was being administratively continued, I never received any notice. Just, it was conversations to the state with this stuff. So kind of.
Which is the docket number I did the long order on?
That I don't have.
I don't have it because I wasn't involved.
But again, This charge has been pending for quite some time. We could have discussed this particular charge with that attorney that handled the criminal trespass case, with the understanding that he could have addressed this particular charge with that attorney that handled the criminal trespass case, with the understanding that he may succeed, he may prevail on his motion to dismiss, and he did.
Well, I mean, it's up to, I mean, he can, whatever relationship he had with that attorney, I mean, that's, they define the parameters of that. If the attorney said, I'm only representing you on this case and nothing else.
I understand, but if that's the attorney he wants to seek advice from, he could have discussed this case with him. This has been pending for a while now, since May.
And I'm not sure
What I'm saying is, if the attorney said, I'm not representing you on that, and I don't want to discuss it with you unless you pay me $1,000, and you don't want to pay him $1,000, then it's not going to be a discussion.
I understand, but he could have made that decision well before today. That's my point.
And I'm not even sure.
The only appointment I have is for a motion to impose on 12-2453. I thought that was the one I did the order on. I guess not.
That's the only equipment I have.
And that motion references 3 separate docket numbers.
Well, I guess, why haven't the two of you gotten this worked out before this morning?
It was just reset at the end of January, so that was only a month ago, a month and a half, which is not an awful lot of time, and frankly, my case will work before schedule. And I just spoke to him yesterday, that just received discovery 2 days ago.
And I provided on the day I was asked to.
Did you know this was coming up?
Yes, I did.
And you've known for some time?
I've known about this date specifically for, I don't know, less than a month.
Did you think to check in with the attorney to see what was going on, whether there was going to be any preparation for you, whether they wanted to talk to you ahead of time?
I actually went in like 2 weeks ago, I think, to try to talk to her. A meeting was scheduled, and then the meeting was rescheduled.
I think that is accurate. He did appear at the office, wanted to speak to me that moment. I was not available. My secretary scheduled an appointment for him, which had to be rescheduled because I think a court hearing, I think I got actually stuck here in court when you go for it, if I recall.
That was just a day later, it was rescheduled to, right?
I think I actually had an appointment previously, a couple weeks ago, that was rescheduled because I got stuck in court.
Is there anything we can get done today?
We can just do it today, honestly.
I'm not trying to force anybody into any corners here. I just want to, I mean, we're here. I see other people in the courtroom. I'm just guessing that they might be witnesses in this case. I don't think we have any.
I have 2 witnesses.
But I'm reluctant to make counsel go in and defend somebody on a criminal charge that if she's not prepared, and frankly, there's no appointment here for her.
I think he brought up continue, given that he is risking more in jail today.
Well, I have no idea what's going to happen. Part of the problem is that, you know, your mail, that the address you give us keeps coming back.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really a lot.
Wow.
I don't think
We had a 34 Walnut Street address in Keene. I know you lived in Troy at some point, did you, or
No,
Swansea?
I was in Swansea for sure, but
What would be a valid address for you?
34 Walnut Street is a valid address for me. I don't know why things are being sent back from there.
It says return to sender not deliverable is addressed unable to forward. We have 2 of those.
That's really weird because I definitely got it now.
The last one here was we received it back in the mail on February 10th. It said no longer lives here.
I mean, that's my mailing address. So
Well, where do you actually live?
I'd rather not share that with the court if that's okay.
Well, you need to tell me, because part of the problem is inability to get in touch with you. And if we can't get you through the mail, I mean, I'm looking at things that say, give me the exact same address you say you're living at, it's coming back. There's a problem here. So you need to give me the address where you live in case we need to have somebody actually serve you with a notice of a hearing.
All right, so 75 Leverett Street.
75 Leverett Street?
Yep.
You actually reside there?
Yes.
So if somebody knocked on the door there with a notice, for, if we had to change the court date, we couldn't find you. But otherwise, you want the mail sent there, or do you want the mail sent here?
Sure, it's in the mail there.
To which one?
It's 75 Leverett.
Now, I guess the other thing I want to work out, if the court's going to continue this because this counsel isn't ready, okay, and one of the things you're saying is that you want to talk to other counsel, the case is going to get rescheduled and it'll be with or without counsel. You understand that? And if you want counsel to be appointed in anything but the motion to impose a sentence in the docket number 2453, you have to apply.
Okay.
So I'm not appointed on contempt, is that correct?
You're not appointed on these other two motions, the motion and the actual case that was set for today.
I have someone who's willing to represent me.
Pardon me?
I have someone who's willing to represent me.
An attorney?
Sort of.
Well, if there's a non-attorney, then there's a procedure under court rules that has to be complied with. It has to be complied with well in advance of the hearing to announce to the court to approve somebody.
Well, how much in advance? I mean, he's here today.
Well, just then that person can go to the court and say, what's the court rule that I need to comply with in order to represent somebody? And the court has a discretion to allow that to happen or not to allow that to happen, depending on the circumstances. Is that person who's here today able to represent you today?
Probably.
And who is that?
Gary Ian.
I think in another case we may have given Mr. Ian the information, but I forget. I don't have the court rule number offhand. But there's some information that has to be filed under oath before that can be accepted. Right? So. I'm going to, I want you to stick around. I'm going to go back and do an order that I'm going to have served in hand to you today. So don't leave until I come out with that order, or until that order comes out to be handed to you. Do you understand?
So just to be clear, this case is going to continue?
Yeah. Reluctantly.
Court's in recess.
We'd like to invite you to visit freekeen.com. Freekeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeen.com.
I should be in Keene, New Hampshire with the Free Staters.